Freedom. It's the one idea that has inspired the best in civilizations and become the bedrock foundation of nations. Often it seems like the very idea of freedom is simply too large to be contained in a single human life. But it's only in the lives of individual people that freedom finds its true purpose. These personal freedoms are what truly matter. The freedom to act, the freedom to associate, and the freedom to both be and become. For over 15 years, 4Life has provided a passport to freedom for thousands of people in over 50 countries worldwide. These people have found freedom from financial fear, freedom to build a business and control their destinies, and freedom to leave a legacy for their posterity. Each day, the 4Life story of together building people plays out in the lives of thousands of families worldwide. Here are just a few of their stories.
Anda bayangkan, untuk mencari kehidupan di Singapura ini, begitu sukar bagi kebanyakan orang. Bekerja siang malam dan terpaksa buat 2 kerja saja untuk membesarkan anak-anak di Singapura ini. Kalau kita tak ada cara lain untuk kita survive di negeri yang sangat-sangat bersaing ini. Nama saya Sadiq Din dan saya dilahirkan dan dibesarkan di Singapura dengan seorang isteri dan 6 orang anak. Di sini adalah Hague Road. Kalau bekerja keras, bekerja di malam hari dan di siang harinya saya dengan menaiki bas datang ke sini untuk menjual batu-batu akik dan duduk di kaki 5, dan di tempat inilah saya duduk selama lebih beberapa tahun untuk membesarkan 6 orang anak Jadi dengan bekerja di malam, dengan mencari apa saja unsur pendapatan dan sangat-sangat membawa kenangan bagi saya dalam kehidupan ini. Baik, 7 tahun lalu sebelum saya menceburkan diri dalam 4Life ini, kita sebenarnya sedang usahakan sebuah syarikat MLM yang lain Lepas tu Sherry mendatangi saya dan memberitahu yang dia sudah membuat banyak kajian tentang MLM ni dan mendapati bukan semuanya bagus, bukan semuanya baik.
Sewaktu saya sudah benar-benar mengerti apa sebenarnya rahsia terkandung di dalam bisnes network marketing ini, saya mula merasa tidak puas hati dengan peluang yang bisnes yang kita telah ada bersama keluarga saya waktu itu.
Dan mengenangkan kerana saya tahu Sherry adik saya ini seorang yang cukup bijak dalam buat pilihan apa-apa dan seorang yang perfectionist. Dia jarang buat sesuatu tanpa mengambil tahu dengan detail dan mendalam.
Kerana saya lihat dia satu peluang yang sangat-sangat istimewa. Saya mengkaji dan mengkaji. Dalam masa itu saya mengkaji banyak juga syarikat lain, tapi setiap kajian saya ujungnya 4Life juga yang terbaik. Ujungnya 4Life juga yang terbaik. Sampai satu saat saya mengatakan kepada diri saya, inilah dia.
Jadi saya ambil keputusan, saya nak ikut juga menyertai 4Life dan kami mulakan bersama adik-beradik Akram, Sherry, saya dan seorang teman nama Fazli.
Saya telah menyertai 4Life pada hari yang sama bersama-sama dengan kakak saya Sherry dan abang saya Sadiq. Kami segera berusaha menyiapkan sistem sokongan untuk kumpulan kita yang akan menyertai 4Life seperti brosur, slide, material dan sebagainya. Dan dalam waktu yang singkat, kami telah berjaya menciptakan kumpulan 4Life yang terbesar di Asia Tenggara. Dan hari ini, kumpulan kita telah melahirkan ramai usahawan berjaya di mana kita menganggap satu sama lain seperti keluarga besar 4Life.
Saat saya baru mulakan bisnes 4Life ni, anak-anak saya masih kecil ada yang masih bersekolah Lantas satu persatu anak-anak saya mula menceburkan diri dan sekarang dalam 6 orang anak, 5 dari mereka berada dalam 4Life bersama-sama saya, menjadikan dia satu bisnes keluarga yang sangat menggembirakan. Dan lebih lagi menggembirakan adalah 3 dari mereka sudah pun mencapai peringkat Presidential Diamond dan 1 darinya telah mencapai Qualified Diamond. Malah yang anak yang ke-6 berumur 13 pun, walaupun belum boleh ceburkan dia for life kerana masalah umur, namun dia juga menjalankan bisnes ini dengan menolong menyebarkan risalah dan juga bercakap dengan kawan-kawan dia tentang bisnes for life ini, menolong abang-abang dan kakaknya dalam bisnes yang sangat-sangat hebat dan menguntungkan ini.
It's very fun and cool to be doing this business with my siblings, where we have the freedom to choose the people we work with. And even though it is personally my own business, but it's very fun when I can get to work with my siblings, my brothers and sisters to work to build our business together.
Yeah, not just a great business. Over here, it's limitless. Limitless meaning there's no income ceiling, and besides that, you get to meet people from all walks of life and different age groups, so it's limitless.
When most of our peers are still building their career outside and slogging it out in the rat race, but For Life has given us the freedom to work anywhere in the world, anytime we choose, and what more with our own family members.
Dan saya cukup bangga dengan penyertaan mereka ni kerana kejayaan mereka sekarang juga begitu terselah dan mereka telah berjaya ikut jejak langkah kaki saya. Kejayaan demi kejayaan juga menyebelahi mereka sekarang. Dan saya sangat-sangat bertuah kerana memiliki anak-anak yang dapat visi, dapat memiliki suatu misi untuk mencapai impian bersama, impian keluarga untuk maju jaya di masa hadapan. Bersyukur kepada Tuhan yang kerana dengan peluang ini tadi, peluang yang sangat mulia ini tadi, kita menjadi manusia yang sangat bernilai dalam hidup ini. Kerana dalam bisnes for life ini, hanya dengan cara menolong orang lain, baru impian-impian kita dapat tercapai. Bayangkan betapa mulianya konsep network marketing ini dengan menolong orang, bagaimana anda melakukan kebajikan kepada umat manusia. Dan ini adalah suatu pilihan sebenarnya. Kita boleh pilih kita mau menjadi manusia seperti apa, kerana kita berhak membuat pilihan, dan pilihan bagi saya yang terbaik adalah kerana semua manusia mencari hidup yang lebih bahagia, bukan hanya untuk diri sendiri, tapi kalau kita boleh membahagiakan orang lain, bagi saya itulah nilai yang sangat-sangat besar dalam hidup di dunia ini.
The best thing about For Life is that we have something real that we can bring to people. For me, the best thing is the opportunity that we can touch people's lives and we can actually empower them to become successful. That's, you can't beat that as the most important thing and the most beautiful thing about For Life. Apart from that, what I love very much is that all we have to do is, we say in Indonesia, jalan-jalan, makan-makan, foto-foto, uang masuk terus. Means that all we do is go travel here and there, we eat together, we take a lot of pictures, and the money just keeps coming in. So it's a beautiful business. There's no work really. So we teach the mindset it's not working. We just sharing manfaat. Manfaat means goodness. All we do is open our mouth and share goodness. When you share goodness, goodness will come from above. You know, God will give goodness in many times. So just focus on sharing goodness. The more goodness you share, the more goodness will come.
And today we're out here snorkeling. We saw some dolphins in the water. Water is so blue, the sun is so beautiful, the sky is blue. For Life is a beautiful opportunity, just like this beautiful blue sea that we see out here.
One of the main reasons for me getting into this industry was to be able to spend time with my mom. I joined For Life 2004. 2006, my mom got really ill. And at that point, she just said to me, she knew how much I was making, and she knew it was more than I could even imagine at that point. And she said to me, she said, if you're not going to stay at home and be with me, you're going to regret this when I'm gone. So I made the decision that I stopped being active. I stopped doing prospecting, just going out for meetings. I only did training and tools, that's all. So I was able to be with her for about 3 years until she passed away in 2009. And I think that was those years were the best years of my life. And I was able to do that because of the For Life opportunity. I had no worries about money at all. I told her she could have whatever she wanted, just ask.
And as far as time, my brothers and sisters were also available to help because all of them were in for life. She passed away peacefully. She was very happy. I'm very glad about that. So a lot of my family has become successful in this. I'm proud of the fact that we are living a glorious life now. People can not just live a life of just working, but we are now serving and giving, and really spreading this opportunity around the world. Every country that I go, I look for people who have problems. So my leaders know this. In all the countries, like in Indonesia, in Singapore, in Malaysia, there are people who know what I do. Like so around here in the village, also around this area, about a few kilometers around, we actually look out for old people, and I give them products every month. Actually, cancer factors I give them every month, and we give money. I give money to them, and a few times a year we send food to them, food packages to them. So that is in place in many countries. You can do charity every day. So now I'm planning it in such a way that on Monday there's something happening in one country, on Tuesday there's something happening in one country, on Wednesday, so every day of the week there's something happening in all the different locations that I have business in, because those are the places that God has provided me. I had some vision of really great success, but never imagined this success that we have now is truly amazing. And we continue to be, passionate about it. And every time we talk about it, we say that it's just like we just joined yesterday. We just want to carry on and carry on. And a few times I said, okay, it's time for me to just relax and just rest. But it doesn't happen because I still fully feel passionate about bringing this opportunity. Because we know now with this one we can change a lot of people's lives. So that dream that I had is nothing compared to what we are already actually seeing now in the reality. Is really, really huge. It's so just wonderful to see all these people achieving this great success here at For Life. Lives have changed tremendously. I mean, the early days, none of them drove. I was the only one with a car. Everybody was just taking buses still and motorbikes. Within a few years, people are buying luxury cars. And it's unbelievable actually to see with our own eyes, the change that's happening. And it's at the family level, it's beautiful because people can see that as an example. Like, for example, in my family we have, at the highest levels we have Sadiq at Platinum. It's such a huge accomplishment. And then Akram is gold, and it's another huge accomplishment. And there's so many of the nephews and nieces now in the business, and that is a good model for everybody else to see that this is an opportunity for every family now. So which means everyone who is looking for something, for success for the whole family, this is it. It's proven. That's the biggest thing that everyone should be proud of, that we're really able to give hope to people to change their lives, and to change the lives of others, because we're successful by helping others. And it's just so wonderful, isn't it? We cannot be successful by ourselves. We have to help others, and then we become successful. So everybody then becomes fantastic in service, right? And we change. Everybody change. We change our attitudes. We change our whole character. Our whole being changed because of this.
I like to say that for me, every day above ground is a really good day.
We're Ray and Barbara from Winter Springs, Florida.
And we're from Winter Springs, but we're from the beach too, because we spend about half our time over there with the ocean as our backyard. You look out, the ocean's, waves are crashing, it's great. I started my For Life business at the worst possible, lowest point in my life. I walked into my doctor's office. He looked me right in the eye when he was telling me what's wrong, and he said, it could be a year or two, could be a little longer, referring to how long I was going to live. I came home, I went into a major depression, and that's when I got the call about For Life Research. I'd heard about network marketing before. I'd been up and down, love-hate relationship, kind of in and out. But there was something special about this company. It grabbed me, the product technology grabbed me. At the same time, I was just in a lot of prayer looking for answers, a way out of my terrible condition, because I had a lot of fear. And all I kept getting was, take care of your family, be a good provider. Even if you die young, Ray, make sure you take care of this money thing for your family. I didn't want to pass away and have them struggle for the rest of their lives. So I was working with this clock going. I needed a liver transplant, and I was running out of time. And I was building my business, and it was growing very, very fast. But kind of the moment of truth came. I started to get really, really sick. And I went into the hospital, and I came out of the hospital, went into the hospital, kind of waiting to get on this liver transplant list. Finally, I got on the liver transplant list, went into the hospital, got a liver transplant, and then a lot of things went wrong. I was in and out of intensive care for 4 months, and it was a scary time, but the business was already built.
When my father went into the intensive care for his transplant, I was in high school, and I remember it being sort of like a surreal moment for me. I didn't understand everything that was happening. It was almost as if things like this don't happen to people like us.
I mean, that could have been a financial disaster for a lot of people, but for me, because of Ray's strength and perseverance and hard work, we had a life built already.
And I think there was like that sense of security, because my dad didn't have a regular job. He had built a For Life business, and that, I think in the back of her mind, she knew it was going to be okay because of that.
My bills were being paid while he was in the hospital for 4 months. I had a place to stay by the hospital while he was recovering. That was only possible because of For Life, because of what Ray had built for our family with residual income.
And I remember them coming home after he got better, he got the liver transplant. And I remember them talking in the kitchen because they had just gone to the mailbox, and their check had actually gone up while they were in the hospital.
I mean, he hadn't worked for practically almost a year between the time of before the transplant and then during the time he was in the hospital.
I got out of the hospital a few days before Christmas in 2003, and I think it was March of '04, we were pinned the first Platinum International Diamonds with For Life.
We're constantly reminding each other of who we are. And you said, we sell hope. That touched me.
My friend Dave Daughtry says you can get paid for what you start. And we started and hit it hard and worked it hard. Because I understood the promise of this business is you work really hard for a few years and you can achieve freedom. To me, freedom was not having to work for somebody else, not having to work long hours, which is what I always had to do in the restaurant business and other jobs. Weekends, long hours away from my family. Now I do what I want. I work when I want. I work in my periods of strength.
And the other blessing is the time. Just being able to do whatever we want to do whenever I want to do it. And I have a strong desire to help single mothers and help them with their needs and their wants. And I do that on a regular basis. Hi, Sylvia. Yes. This is Barbara calling from Esther, Single Mothers Outreach. How you doing today?
Non-for-profit organizations such as Esther are very thankful for our volunteers such as Barbara. We could not survive, we could not move to the next level if it wasn't for our faithful volunteers. And also for our partners, For Life being one of our biggest sponsors.
You don't fall on your face 100 times to not try again. You know, the whole reason everything happened in your past is to lead you to right now. Not to say, no, I'm not going to try again, but to say, yes, I'm going to try again. I had to try again at the worst time in my life. I had way more excuses than anybody else not to do it. But I also had a dream and a vision to take care of my family and be a good provider and to build something. And, you know, by God's grace, I was able to do that.
Tú puedes hacer algo grande con este proyecto de negocio. Lo único que necesitas es tener un deseo ardiente de algo mejor. Y esta oportunidad lo tiene para ti.
Mi nombre es Yadira Olivo.
Y el mío, Herminio Nevares. Nos encontramos aquí en el pueblo de Corozal, donde comenzó todo este gran proyecto de negocio. Aquí en nuestra casa, aquí en nuestro hogar. Comenzamos como pareja, con nuestra familia, con nuestros hijos. ¿Quién diría que desde aquí hoy se ha expandido un negocio a más de 60 países, donde se mueven millones de puntos alrededor de todo el mundo? En el comienzo, al tomar la decisión de entrar en este proyecto de negocio, vinieron muchos miedos, muchas inseguridades a mi mente, porque para aquel momento yo estaba ejerciendo la profesión de médico veterinario, pero no tenía la habilidad de relacionarme con la gente, no tenía esa habilidad de ser extrovertido, sino que era una persona más bien reservada, una persona que me comunicaba muy poco, pero sí pude ver que había una gran oportunidad. Yo lo que hice fue emprender la acción. Tuve que practicar, tuve que muchas veces pararme frente al espejo, tuve que muchas veces empezar en pequeño. Esto no empezó grande, esto empezó pequeño. Empezamos dando presentaciones de 1 a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 personas en las casas. Comenzamos a movernos casa por todo Puerto Rico, pero la repetición de relacionarme con tanta gente, la repetición de hacer lo mismo todos los días, esa pasión, ese entusiasmo, la inspiración que teníamos por alcanzar nuestros sueños, no nos dejó que nos detuviéramos.
Mi esposo y yo tenemos habilidades diferentes, personalidades diferentes, pero no hemos compenetrado tanto en lo que hemos hecho que sus grandes ideas yo las he podido poner en práctica y hemos podido trabajar en equipo en el proceso. Mis hijos se han involucrado en lo que estamos haciendo. Todos sabemos lo que hacemos unos de otros. Viajamos el mundo juntos, supuestamente trabajando, pero realmente es disfrutando lo que hacemos porque amamos lo que hacemos. Y cada vez el proyecto se pone más grande, cada vez el mundo se abre para nosotros y en este momento el mundo se hace chiquitito ante una idea tan grande como esta.
Aquí en las Bahamas trabajando, como siempre, los platinos, los oros, trabajamos en exceso. Esta es la mejor forma de trabajar, así te invitamos a este futuro. Cada una de las personas que comenzamos en este proyecto de negocio son personas que comenzamos de una forma u otra sin tener ningún tipo de habilidad empresarial. No éramos empresarios, no teníamos conocimientos empresariales, no teníamos habilidades empresariales, pero no permitimos que eso nos detuviera, no permitimos que eso fuera un obstáculo. Simplemente nosotros vimos la oportunidad, vimos nuestros sueños y nos unimos como equipo, nos apoyamos unos a otros, nos fuimos inspirando uno a otro y todo fue un proceso de día a día, mes tras mes, año tras año. Ya ha pasado más de una década, pero una década que nos ha cambiado, nos ha transformado. Ya hoy en día no somos las mismas personas.
Cuando me encontré con el doctor Herminio Nevares, su esposa Yadira, donde me hablan de esta oportunidad, yo me encontraba con 3 trabajos, limpiando casa, limpiando patio grande de campo y cuidando niños. Me hablan de la oportunidad de For Life. ¿Cómo lo voy a hacer? Me conecté a un sistema que Herminio Nevares me fue llevando a ser empresaria del siglo XXI, donde yo no lo era. Hoy soy una empresaria de éxito con unos resultados excelentes. Gracias, Herminio. Gracias, Yadira, por conocer esta gran oportunidad que llevo 12 años de historia de éxito viviendo de regalía.
El ejemplo que el doctor me ha dado con su integridad, su firmeza constante por estos últimos 10 años, me han dado realmente mayor convicción de que ha sido una persona enviada por Dios a nuestras vidas para que podamos impactar con su ejemplo y con su modelo al mundo entero. Hoy en día realmente vemos cómo su ejemplo en el mundo entero ha cambiado el corazón y la forma de pensar de millones de personas.
Bueno, aquí estamos en el aeropuerto de Barcelona, llegando aquí a nuestra segunda casa, estamos aquí pues compartiendo con todos nuestros amigos, familiares ya y todo lo que vamos a hacer esto en grande por toda Europa. Así que muchos saludos de aquí desde Barcelona, España.
En esta oportunidad como líder, como empresaria, me siento tan feliz porque en cualquier lugar del mundo que llego, que son muchos, siempre hay alguien que te está esperando con amor, que te recibe como si tú fueras parte de una familia. Es increíble cómo la familia extendida que ahora tenemos en este equipo se hace parte de tu vida. Ya no es tu familia de sangre solamente lo que te reciben como amor. Es increíble sentir el cariño, el amor, el agradecimiento, la gratitud de sentirse que tú eres parte de su vida.
Estamos cubriendo Europa completo porque estamos en el tiempo de multiplicarnos. Así que hay que darle con todo.
Exacto, estamos expandiendo la visión al mundo y creo que esto es parte de lo que hay que hacer para llegar a la meta final.
Yo como tú comencé también en cero. Yo llené un contrato por primera vez, hice lo que tenía que hacer el esfuerzo, poner el trabajo, poner la dedicación, poner el compromiso y las cosas se fueron dando a través del tiempo. Llegué de líder a diamante, luego a presidencial, luego a internacional, luego a oro y finalmente a platino. No ocurrió de un día para el otro, pero un esfuerzo continuo, la disciplina, la persistencia, la consistencia hizo que las cosas ocurrieran. Pero ahora mismo, como platino, para construir este negocio, las cosas básicas que hice en aquel comienzo son las mismas que sigo haciendo. Sigo dando presentaciones en las casas, sigo trabajando y haciendo planificaciones empresariales, sigo llamando prospectos y gente nueva. Y si quiero ayudar a alguien que está comenzando, voy al campo a modelarle qué es lo que hay que hacer para que esa persona, no solamente en teoría, esto es un negocio que se aprende haciéndolo. No esperes a entenderlo todo para hacerlo, tú lo vas haciendo simultáneamente y mientras vas haciendo lo vas aprendiendo. Así lo aprendí yo, así lo aprendió cada uno de los líderes que hemos alcanzado los resultados. Esa es la parte fundamental que este proyecto de negocio nos da. Nos da esa esperanza de alcanzar un futuro mejor, de poder ser parte de un legado de contribución social, de poder impactar la vida de gente alrededor del mundo. Gente como tú y como yo, que comenzamos con las dudas, con miedos, con inseguridades. Así comenzamos la mayor parte de las personas que damos el primer paso en este negocio. Pero quiero que sepas que toda decisión que tú tomas y emprendes y te mantienes enfocado y tienes la disciplina para desarrollarla, finalmente vas a lograr los resultados. Tú también la puedes desarrollar, cualquier persona la puede desarrollar a través de una década, lo que he podido ver en el campo, que cualquier persona que tenga un sueño grande, que tenga el deseo ardiente de avanzar, de evolucionar, de crecer, de hacer una vida de contribución, de tener una vida de significado, lo puede hacer. Así que es cuestión que no te detengas, no permitas que nadie te diga que tú no lo puedes hacer, que nadie te diga que tú no lo puedes lograr, porque toda persona que tiene un sueño grande y que tiene el cómo hacerlo, lo puede alcanzar.
My mother has a tendency to take the worst of any situation and make the best of it. She could take the rind of a lemon and make the best lemonade ever.
My name is Bonnie Taylor, and I'm from Clovis, California. I've lived here since 2003 with my family, and my favorite thing about being here is that my family is here and I can be close to them.
That was a character back then. And what's that, Tomorrowland, right?
Tomorrowland,
yeah. But look at the Philippines, how different it is. I was even telling Paige.
My mother got very, very sick, and she went into a coma, and she was in a coma for almost a year. And during that time, they had no medical insurance, and of course, we wanted to bring in the best doctors and the best help possible to bring her out of this.
She spent so many years, the last years of their lives, taking care of them, doing everything she could for them.
And I literally lost my home and went $200,000 in debt before she passed away. And when she did pass away, my father was so sad. Within 2 months, he also died of grief. They were my best friends in life, so it was like heart-wrenching. Very, very difficult time. I was literally homeless at this point, and not knowing exactly what to do, I had to get creative because I did not want to live in a cardboard box. I had made up my mind if I did, it was going to be the cutest cardboard box anybody ever saw. I borrowed a car and drove around neighborhoods in my town looking for homes that were empty, where people were selling their homes and they might consider having a house sitter stay at their home until the house was sold. and I talked to 60 of the owners, and out of the 60, most of them thought I was crazy, but 5 of them listened and said, well, you know, I'll consider that. So out of those 5, the very first person that said, yes, you can move in, of course, I jumped all over it. This was the house where my For Life business was started. This is when I was homeless, and I went around to 60 different houses, asking them if I could house sit their house. And the gentleman named Jimmy that was living here had his house for sale at that time, and he agreed to let me move in. So I did some house sitting for him, and I didn't have any furniture. So he left me a stool to make telephone calls at the kitchen sink and a box spring to sleep on. This is where it all began. Well, when I found this home, I had to borrow money to get a prepaid phone because I had no credit. And I got a call from Dr. Gary Hagan, who is also in For Life and one of the first board members.
When Gary Hagan gave her that call and she finally started coming on board and she saw the dramatic effect that Transfer Factor had on her, she immediately just wanted to spread that everywhere with everybody. She called me. She wanted me involved right away, and I'm the biggest skeptic in the world. It took me a long time to convince me, even though I saw her being successful, and she became very successful very quickly.
My business began to grow, and I believe my first check in For Life was $500, and my second check was $700, and my third check was $1,200. But then it began jumping in leaps and bounds and leaps and bounds. And by the end of my first year, I was making $10,000 a month, which isn't too shabby when you don't have any money at all and you're going to live in a cardboard box, you know. And I really talk to people out there that have similar circumstances to me or some kind of hardship they're going through to look at this company seriously. It's not that you have to come in and be experienced or a hotshot. You don't. You just come in and do what you're taught. And be enthusiastic and passionate about what you're doing. Be excited about your own future. And you can make this happen. And it certainly happened to me, and it changed the lives of myself and my entire family.
No matter what, she's always been geared to the success of the family together, being together, doing things together.
I wanted to do this business because I wanted to leave a legacy for my family. And that legacy begins immediately. It doesn't wait until I'm passing on. You're able to do things with your family that you could do, like we went all over the world, we've taken many trips, we've done many things together. We've lived a lifestyle that we would not have lived otherwise. And hopefully my children will not have to go through what I went through with my parents, as far as financial losing everything. I'm hoping that this entire business is a legacy for them so that it will be turned over to them and they can continue with my business.
She truly is leaving a legacy for not just our family, but for every family that she deals with.
You just have to decide and then go do it. If you're going to decide you want to change your life and then lay on the couch and do nothing, you're not going to get anywhere. You can't be a couch potato. You have to get up and get into action and do something about it. And if you're willing to do that, you can have anything that you want, especially when network marketing is on earth.
Esta es la oportunidad. Esta es la compañía. El éxito no es un pin, no es una posición. El éxito no es un estatus. El éxito es una forma de pensar. Tal como tú piensas, así te conviertes. Yo nací en un pueblo de Puerto Rico, en el pueblo de Corozal. Y en mi familia somos 12 hijos. Yo hago el número 10. Mis padres no tuvieron resultados, nunca fueron a la escuela. Yo me crié con ellos y ellos nunca me enseñaron que los sueños se podían lograr. Nunca me enseñaron sobre el ingreso residual. Solamente me decían, estudia para que seas algo, pero hasta ahí llegaban. ¿Para que sea qué? ¿Para que sea qué? Abandoné la escuela cuando tenía el 9º grado. Agarré y compré un pasaje y me vine a vivir acá a Miami. Duré 5 años trabajando, ahorré un dinero y me regresé para montar un negocio pensando que podía lograr mis sueños y que podía hacer algo más. Este es el lugar donde yo vine por primera vez cuando tenía 16 años, que abandoné mi casa, mi familia, Puerto Rico, y vine aquí a esta ciudad de Miami a vivir, y aquí fue donde mis primeros años antes de empezar a trabajar. Aquí está el trailing home donde yo me quedé. En realidad, por no saber administrar un negocio, por no haber tenido la técnica de cómo ser un empresario, perdí todo el dinero que había ahorrado, el negocio se fue a ley de quiebra y ahora estaba sin trabajo, sin casa, sin ingresos, sin crédito, en lo peor que una persona se puede encontrar, en necesidad. Y ahí es donde realmente un amigo me ofrece ya el trabajo de guardia de seguridad. Pero en ese tiempo que yo estuve trabajando de guardia, yo me preparé, leí libros y me convertí en el mejor amigo de todo el mundo y empecé a servir y ayudarle a la gente como si realmente eso fuera la mejor profesión del mundo. Me convertí en el mejor guardia de seguridad del mundo.
Él pegaba en las paredes, en cada una de las paredes, mensajes de motivación que él leía en innumerables ocasiones. Y también colocaba retratos y láminas de los lugares que él visitaría y de las casas donde él viviría una vez hiciera realidad su sueño.
Aunque era un guardia de seguridad con poco nivel académico, con poca finanza, pero era rico en pensamientos positivos para emprender cualquier oportunidad que a mí se me presentara. Y es ahí que en el año 2000 recibo una gran llamada, una llamada que hasta hoy ha sido de bendición y seguirá siendo de bendición, que fue la llamada que me hizo mi gran amigo, el doctor Emilio Nevares.
Para aquel momento él estaba trabajando como guardia de seguridad, ya nos conocíamos hace tiempo, que habíamos hecho una buena amistad a través de los años. Y recuerdo yo esa primera llamada cuando yo lo llamé por teléfono de aquí de mi casa y él estaba en su caseta y me pregunta que para qué lo llamaba y yo dije, Juan, ¿todavía tienes sueño?
Yo le digo, claro que sí, pero ¿cómo lo voy a lograr? Ahí es donde él me dice, ven a mi casa, vamos a juntarnos que te voy a ofrecer una oportunidad que me acaba de llegar de Estados Unidos. Y cuando llegué, para gran sorpresa, era la compañía For Life.
Recuerdo que el día que llegó a ver la oportunidad, nos sentamos aquí al lado de mi oficina donde había una gran piedra, que tipo de asiento, y ahí lo senté y ahí le presenté por primera vez esta oportunidad de negocio. Todo comenzó en aquella primera presentación que se le hizo en aquella piedra.
Yo entraba a las 6 de la mañana y salía a las 6, pero ya yo tenía un plan.
Luego de trabajar por 12 horas en este puesto de seguridad, Juan se cambiaba de ropa y salía a visitar prospectos y a llevar a cabo reuniones de negocio.
1 año y 6 meses de estar haciendo eso. Diciembre 17 del 2001 me pude retirar, abandonar la caseta de guardia de seguridad, decirle adiós a mi jefe para siempre, que lo amo y lo respeto porque me brindó un trabajo por 5 años honesto. Pero no, nada se compara a lo que realmente es vivir libre financieramente.
Sucede que él me invita a un hotel y cuando llego a ese hotel y yo lo miro hablar al frente, lo escucho, verdaderamente era otra persona, a mí me inspiró muchísimo y yo lo había visto como vivía, 9º grado de estudio, guardia de seguridad, bancarrota total, vivía en un sótano en casa de mi abuela y yo le dije, mi hermano, no me interesa, pero cuando lo vuelvo a ver, pero habían pasado 4 años y medio, estaba completamente transformado, vistiendo diferente, viviendo diferente, hablando diferente, libre financieramente, viajando el mundo entero. Yo le dije a él, eso es lo que yo quiero para mi familia.
Si lo crees, lo puedes lograr. Tú también puedes.
En aquel tiempo cuando conocí a Juan, llevaba 3 meses después que se había retirado de su trabajo. Claro, ha crecido con el tiempo mucho mejor. En ese momento pues nos unimos, nos casamos y para nosotros fue una bendición porque podíamos lograr muchas cosas a través de esta oportunidad, que en ese tiempo soñábamos, teníamos sueños individuales, sueños de pareja también y gracias a esta oportunidad lo hemos logrado.
Mis hijas son tan llenas de amor, de paz, de felicidad, cosas que yo siempre anhelaba, que quería, que nunca pude tener cuando chiquito, pues ahora yo se lo puedo brindar en abundancia Primero porque he conocido bien a Dios y segundo porque esta oportunidad de For Life sí que cambia.
Una de las cosas que a veces la gente le pregunta, ¿a qué se dedica tu papá? Y ella dice, mi papá ayuda a que puedan gente lograr sus sueños. Y le estamos sembrando eso y canalizando todas las cosas en ella. Y ella dice, ¿qué quieres ser cuando seas grande? Yo quiero hacer For Life. Yo quiero pararme allí y hablar. Cuando yo tenga 18 años voy a empezar a hablar como él, como su papá.
Lo que yo puedo darme cuenta en este tiempo y descubrir que lo que hoy somos es producto de haber deseado algo. Yo jamás, por ejemplo, si alguien me hubiese dicho que yo en algún día iba a escribir un libro, pues le hubiese dicho, ¿estás loco? Bueno, pero ahora sí hay una diferencia. Se vivió un proceso de crecimiento personal, de transformación, de conocimiento, de experiencia dentro de un negocio que hoy tiene los resultados, que hoy tiene la experiencia para poder decirle a las personas cómo se hace y cómo no se debe hacer.
Explotamos nuestro potencial, reflejamos nuestro carácter, nos enfocamos hacia dónde vamos y déjenme decirle que aunque usted no sepa nada, de cero tendrá que llegar a mucho.
Y hoy todo lo que tengo, primero gracias a Dios, segundo gracias al doctor Emilio Nevares y gracias a For Life, que hoy todos mis sueños se han hecho una realidad y vivo como realmente se merece vivir porque le escuché esta gran oportunidad y no la dejé pasar.
Si yo pude, tú también puedes hacerlo. Yo cambio.
I love living here in the Great Smoky Mountains. If God lives anywhere, it's here, with all this wildlife and beauty. But you know what? My life was not always serene. Before I met David and Bianca, I was a small business owner. I had a cleaning business with about 40 employees at the time. Things changed. And what happened, like all companies, they looked for ways to save money and increase profits, which mean I had to go. And I struggled even at that time to keep people on, keep them employed. It was very challenging. And I remember one day I got a knock at the door, and when I opened the door, the man was there from the electrical company saying, "Hey, you haven't paid your bill." I said, "Well, I'll tell you what. I got my checkbook in the car outside. Why don't we go out there and I'll just give you a check?" He said, "All right." So we walked out to the driveway and I looked and my car was gone. The bank had come and got it that morning. I looked at the man, I said, "My car is gone. It was here last night. It's gone now." And he said, "Sir, you look like a man with problems." And he turned off my electricity, and that was the end of that. I had a friend that gave me a car to use. It looked like it'd been in his family 4 generations, had a little paint left on it. And I used that car to get around, but I had a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, panic attacks. You know, where am I gonna grow a business again? And of course my credit was ruined, everything was ruined. So at that time, when I started thinking seriously about finding a company. And I went in search for a company. I wanted to find products that people could relate to and were highly consumable, products they would buy every month. And that's what I finally found David Lisenby's company. And I was very sold on the products. The only challenge was I didn't have any money to get started. So I looked out and saw the only thing that was left from that business was a junk truck. And it hit me. I thought, I'll call the junkyard and see what they'll give me for it. So a man came out and said, "I'll give you $400. I said, "Take it." And away that truck went. And I put $200 into groceries because I didn't have much food in the house. And I put $200 into my business. I was able to buy my distributor kit and some products and get started. And my sponsor, he was gracious enough to send me a cell phone because I couldn't afford a phone bill.
I remember when I first talked to Jeff, and I'd given Jeff a phone, and I said, "Look, this is a tool that will help you build your business. And you don't have a whole lot, but here, use this, use your contacts, talk to them and just use the talent that you have to establish, these relationships, all these people that you have on a list, and let's go to work and make it happen. And he burned the phone. He burned it up.
This is my list. And I got on my phone and I started making phone calls. And at the time where I lived, I couldn't even get good reception. So I drove out in the hills of Tennessee into a cow pasture, closed the cattle gate, got out my notes on my hood, and I started making phone calls, setting up appointments. I went out and met with the people, just simple people. People that have families, jobs, children. They were not superstars in this business. We had one thing that we all wanted to be, and that was financially independent. And what happened was we grew our groups, we worked with our people, until finally, it didn't take long, I started making some serious money with 4Life Research. My groups grew, and they started spreading throughout the world in different countries. And at that time, I had not even left the United States. And so I got on a plane and I started my international experience of seeing the world, making great money, and traveling to Korea, to Taiwan, where I met my wife, Michelle. And then when we had our beautiful baby Arthur, we moved back to the place that is closest to my heart, and that is in the Great Smoky Mountains here. And we just love our life here. I love waking up to this beautiful creation and spending time with our children, being financially independent. And all this happened because I made a decision. I made a choice. I could have stayed back on that porch and said, what am I going to do? I'm broke. I lost my business. I'll never be able to take it beyond this. I'm ruined forever. But I decided to think, what can I do? And when I saw 4Life, I said, now I've got a choice. So really, when you look at my success, it all began with just a few things. And that is a junk truck, a contact list, a cell phone, and pure passion to want to be successful. I had to make that decision, and I had to take action. And in doing that, that led me to freedom. Freedom, not just money, but freedom. To be able to own my life, to be able to spend my life with my family, not away from my family, but with them. That's real freedom.
I'm Dave Daughtry. My wife, Gabby, and I live here with our children in beautiful San Diego, California. We live on top of a mountain with a panoramic view. We've got a lake on one side, the ocean on the other. Behind us, we have a big granite mountain called El Capitan. This is our home office, basically. We love it up here. We built our home about 4 years ago. I can't think of a better place to work from home. We get to be with our children, spend time. We do a lot of things together as a family, and I just can't think of a better place to be and a better place to work. I just can't fathom going to a 9-to-5 office in a cubicle every day. I really believe that everybody in their lifetime has an opportunity to make that one decision that will change their life. And that happened for us over 13 years ago when we made the decision to join 4Life. We began living out in a place about an hour and a half east of here called El Centro, California. We lived out in the desert. I was living on the floor, sleeping on the floor in a little futon, a little mattress, in a studio apartment out in El Centro.
When we first started For Life, I was still working. I would pick up my kids from school and take them to daycare. There were many times I wish I could just stay home with them and help them with homework, make dinner, and just spend the time that I feel I've lost.
And I can't even fathom what life would be like right now, having the kids that we have, living in a studio apartment. And so, you know, we're able to enjoy living in a place that we want to live, that we built as our dream home. We started off, and it was a lot of work, a lot of time put into building the business. But as you grow your business, and it grows exponentially, and it starts to span around the many countries that For Life is in now, you start to establish some time freedom. We're able to spend time with our family, time with our kids. Gabby enjoys baking. She does a lot of work down at the school with PTA, and I coach baseball, Little League, and so we're able to enjoy our time, and so few people are able to really do that. More good ones. Here we go. Load up.
We don't have to report to a 9-to-5 job. If Dave wants to pick up and take the kids, let's say to Aspen or to Utah to go skiing, we can do that. We don't have to plan 6 months ahead to save up enough money to take that vacation. I don't believe any of my friends can just pick up and go unless they have money put away for at least a year.
You know, one of the greatest blessings of this business is to be able to wake up and to have breakfast with the kids, take them to school, pick them up from school. I remember talking to a gentleman recently that had told me that he wakes up in the morning and his kids are still asleep, and he's off to work and spends over an hour on the freeway trying to get to work. He's there all day long, and by the time he drives home, his kids are in bed, so he really never has a chance to see them.
Not too long ago, For Life gave us an incentive trip to the Bahamas. We took our children, my parents, the whole family went. The week before that, we went to Disney World, and they loved it there too. To just have the flexibility to go whenever and not worry about having to report to my job is a great blessing through For Life.
You know, as I step back today and I look at how Gabby and I are enjoying our lifestyle, the time freedom we have, the financial freedom we have, I have to honestly say that it all goes back to that one day when Gabby and I looked at each other after we discovered For Life and we said, we have to do this. We don't need to do it, we have to do this. And we got involved, and that one decision didn't just change our lives, but it's also helped change the lives of many others as well.
Yo creo que el día de tu decisión no es el día que llenas el contrato, es el día que algo se despierta dentro de ti porque deseas ser libre, porque deseas lo mejor para tu familia. Estamos muy agradecidos a Dios por For Life. For Life es la compañía que te permite empezar una y otra vez. No importa las veces que sean. En mi caso, tuve 2 comienzos. Recuerdo cuando vi la oportunidad por primera vez, entramos al proyecto, pero no encontré cómo empezar. No encontré algo dentro de mí que me diera las fuerzas para hacerlo. Me salgo del proyecto. Luego aparece en mi vida años después Juan Rosado. Y entro porque sé que el negocio funciona. Se ven los resultados en él. El problema estaba dentro de mí. Tenía el deseo de triunfar, pero no encontraba cómo volver a empezar. Ese es donde Juan Rosado, después de un día de yo estar cansado, de madrugar, de no tener el cansancio. Yo lo llamo estar cansado de estar cansado. Y es donde llamo a Juan Rosado y fue el día de mi decisión. Yo recuerdo cuando decidimos hacer este negocio, lógicamente las primeras personas que tú le hablas es a tu familia, tus amigos y compañeros de trabajo.
Cuando empezamos el proyecto de For Life, todos mis compañeros se reían de mí porque les decía que algún día sería libre, que lograría cada uno de mis sueños. Si pueden ver, el tiempo me dio la razón. Hoy en día somos libres. Y si observan, el lugar ya ni existe. Mis compañeros, muchos, buscando trabajo hoy. Y nosotros, libres financieramente, viajando el mundo.
Siempre hay segundas oportunidades. Que no importa, como decía mi esposa, de dónde vengas. Si te lo propones, si lo anhelas, ¿cuánto lo quieres? La pregunta. Si de verdad lo quieres, lo puedes lograr. Dios nos dio la capacidad de que cualquier cosa que nos propongamos, lo podemos lograr. Por eso, si te lo propones, puedes cambiar no solo tu vida, sino el destino de tu familia y dejar un legado a las próximas generaciones.
For Life me da el tiempo, me da la libertad pues para poder desarrollar tantos proyectos. Mis hijos tenían que ir a la escuela, yo no los envié a ninguna escuela. Pude, gracias a For Life, poder hacer nuestra propia escuela donde mis hijos reciban la educación que nosotros deseamos y entendemos que es correcta, ofreciéndoles la oportunidad que nosotros, sus padres, hemos visto a través de esta compañía, dejándoles un legado en todas las áreas de su vida, desarrollándolos como los empresarios del siglo XXI. Y realmente eso lo ha hecho For Life.
La capacidad de hacer esos sueños una realidad.
Una de las cosas emocionantes de este negocio es la oportunidad de poder servir. Mucha gente son empresarios, pero sus empresas no les permiten servir. Nuestro concepto empresarial sí es emocionante porque sí podemos servir a otras personas. Una de las cosas que yo sueño era eso, porque yo tengo un lema, el que no sirve, no sirve. Y queríamos servir, pero no teníamos el cómo. Hoy en día, a través del proyecto, servimos en el mundo entero. Ver a otras personas como nosotros, que empiezan de cero, y poder ayudarlos, guiarlos, enseñarlos, servirles para que ellos logren su libertad financiera. Podemos servir en lo que nos apasiona. Nosotros nos apasiona servir en el reino de Dios. Hoy en día, como pastores que somos de 2 congregaciones, más la que hemos fundado en los últimos 5 años, pues servimos en la enseñanza de la palabra, servimos a nuestros jóvenes, servimos a nuestros niños, a las parejas, a cada persona que llega a nuestro centro, pues nuestro deseo es servirle en todos los niveles, a nivel económico, a nivel emocional, a nivel espiritual, a nivel de conocimiento, en todos los niveles. Y hoy en día pues lo podemos hacer, podemos invertir nuestros conocimientos, nuestros recursos, nuestra vida para servir a otras personas porque fue el legado que el Señor nos dejó.
He visto cómo ha podido crear ese balance de lo que es un hombre de negocios, donde con un negocio exitoso también sabe ser un padre, sabe ser un amigo y sobre todo su pasión que es predicar la palabra del Señor a muchas personas. Sinceramente su pasión pues motiva, inspira a que nosotros pues en momentos difíciles, en momentos que la cosa no está corriendo como queremos, seguir hacia adelante porque tenemos los sueños claros.
Es una persona de servicio y por su servicio a los demás ha logrado grandes resultados porque ha sembrado y todo el que siembra cosecha.
Juan tiene una frase que se le enseñó a Gerardo y es, si te mantienes, llega. Y le digo a todos mis distribuidores hoy, si se mantienen, llegan. Es mantenerse en esa ruta, en ese caminar que todos tendremos que correr cada kilómetro del camino. No hay atajos al éxito, hay que correr la ruta. Si no hubiéramos hecho el negocio, ¿en dónde estuviéramos en el día de hoy? Esa es la pregunta. Si no hubiéramos hecho este negocio, ¿qué hubiera pasado con nuestra familia, con el futuro de nuestros hijos? Por eso les digo algo a los amigos que nos están viendo. No le digas que no al futuro de tu familia. Este negocio es el futuro de tu familia.
These are the stories of ordinary people who live extraordinary lives. Lives of abundance, lives of service to others, and lives of personal fulfillment. They found their passport to freedom through 4Life research. And you can too.
You know, the life you lead is really a product of all the choices you have made over the past 5, 10, maybe even 20 years. But the future, that's a blank page. And what's written on it is entirely up to you.